Jen Hicks Creates here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to all of the new subscribers. I am glad you are here. I hope you enjoy our little visit today. It has been a little while since I visited with you, so I have things to show you, but I feel like I don't have as much as you might think because there's some secret things that I can't show you. But I do have some things to talk about, some progress on my rooms. Yeah, kind of lots of things bouncing around. Lots of different videos are going to be clipped together in this. So the beginning of, the shots at the beginning were from our trip to Jackson, where we went, not last weekend, but the weekend before. Last weekend was Thanksgiving, so yeah. The weekend before with our friends, Becky and Virgil. It was amazing. We did a little bit of hiking, and then we did a wildlife tour with a company called Eco Tour Adventures. We had toured with them before, both us and Becky and Virgil had. So we knew that we were with a good group. And so the pictures you saw were the wildlife that we saw out there. Quite a few moose. And one was a group of like 20, which you just don't usually see that many in one place. But I guess at this time of year, they are all doing their best to munch and kind of like bears, although moose don't hibernate, but they know that food will be getting scarce as the winter goes on. So they get as many calories in as they can. Well, and as the winter goes on, all that sage is covered with snow. So, yeah, we didn't see any elk. The two little guys that you saw on the frozen lake were beaver, bald eagle. We were hoping to see some bears, some grizzly, but we did not. But yeah, overall, just an amazing weekend. Spent with friends, spent outdoors, just doing all kinds of fun things. So, let's see. Since then, we still have to get the bathroom or the bedroom painted. We hope to be getting that done this weekend. Got stuff up on the wall. I know when I did that lamp review video, I didn't have a whole lot on the wall, so I did get stuff up there. I'm not showing all that yet. I will show all that once we get all the Christmas decorations up. Some of them are up. It's looking a little skimpy because the stuff I have is from much smaller places. Our Christmas tree just looked so sad when I put it up the other day. Just kind of put it together. We use an artificial one. So I've actually ordered a new Christmas tree, and that is coming tomorrow, I believe. So yeah, I'll show more of what's going on upstairs once we get it a little bit further along. But yeah, it's been an incredibly busy, I think 3 weeks, not surprising. My holiday gift extravaganza did start on the 26th on Friday, so that is going strong. I hope you are participating in that. If you are interested in it, I still have a pile of gifts to give away, so we are nowhere close to being done. So lots more fun stuff coming there. Let's see. On the business end of things, a couple things I wanted to show. So I haven't gotten a whole lot more done on Seasons in Lace Fall from when I last showed you. I hope I will, no hope about it, over the next week and a half, I'll get this done and it up in my shop. I do have a question for you guys, though. I would like to know if any of you are stitching this on one piece of fabric all together, please send me an email. My email is down in the description box below, or DM me on Instagram, whichever is easiest for you. I have a proposition that I'd like to discuss with you. So get in touch with me if you are stitching Seasons in Lace all together. Okay, so couple other business related items. like I said, there's some things I've been stitching on for the past 3 weeks pretty much that I haven't been able, that I can't show you just yet. It is related to the Everything Cross Stitch subscription box. They call it the Stitch and Stuff box. I had been invited to contribute designs to that, freebies basically, that that they send out in the box along with like all the materials to make them. They are doing this as a way to introduce new designers to their store, to their customers. So my box will be coming out in January. They do these once a quarter. You can go, I will link again this below. You can go and look at the website, at the stitching stuff section, to get, they have posted pictures of previous boxes, so it will give you an idea of the kind of things that they usually put in the boxes if you're interested. They have, like I said, it's limited edition. I don't think they're necessarily subscription. I keep saying subscription, but I think it's just when they're ready, they announce it to their, like they put out a newsletter or something. So you can buy it. It's not like a prescription that you sign up for. So yeah, I think that's how that works. So again, I will link that below if you're interested. It's coming out, they're hoping mid-January. They will have everything they need to get that out. And after that, I can show you what I did. So I was very honored and excited to be chosen to do that. Let's see, what else? I wanted to let you know that I have decided to close down my website and only sell my designs through my Etsy store. This is kind of moving a little bit further down the path of making this my design endeavors a real business. Now that may seem kind of strange, but I got into this with the idea that, oh yeah, this will be fun to do, we'll see where it goes. And it really just keeps going and growing and going and growing, and I am grateful and amazed and thrilled and excited and, you know, all the things. But what this means is, as my sales increase, I have to think more about the business side of things, like taxes. That dreaded word, taxes. Up until this point, I haven't worried about it a whole lot. For the most part, you only charge tax if somebody in your state is buying your product. And of course, my state has varied so much over the past few months, half a year. And before that, you know, my sales just weren't all that great. I didn't worry about it. But as I grow, I know it's something I need to be thinking about. To deal with taxes on one's own website and one's own shopping cart can get a little stressful. Etsy, even though you deal with all the fees on Etsy, you're paying them to do all of that, to take care of all of that. So Mike and I just decided that it makes more sense to only have that one outlet where all of that is taken care of. It also was, you know, more time to put my products in both stores. I will, of course, still have my website. I will still have the color conversion page. I will be announcing my any new designs I put out and have them listed on my website. I may even start doing a newsletter. I don't know. That comes and goes, my energy to do that. But anyway, the website will still be there with all the things. It's just the shop, any shop information will link to Etsy. So wanted to let you guys know about that. I'm not going away. I'm just simplifying and streamlining, basically. Okay, finishes. So let me put in a little video here of the finishes you see behind me. Okay, so what I am going to show you here is the things that I got finally fully finished. So things that I finished stitching a while ago and finally got into frames or some other type of finishing, although I think all these are here are frames. And also my Christmas stitches that I've pulled out. And some of these are old and some of these are newer. So we will start here. So this is my Friend to All pattern, and it is now fully framed. And my Zen Garden. Now, I had mentioned in my last video that I was waiting. This didn't have any finishing stuff on the back, so I was waiting to fully finish it, fully finish till I got these things. And I called them photo turns. I don't really know what the proper name is, but they're these things that you screw on the back of frames and you can turn them and they hold, you know, the mat board and whatever else it is that you have on the back of your frame to hold that in. So that's what I meant by photo turns. So Friend to All, and that is just currently sitting on my Hope lap stand, which I haven't used in a while. Zen Garden. This is the little, oh goodness, I'm not going to remember the name, the Drawn Threads Christmas little Christmas things. I don't remember, but it is a drawn thread. So both this frame and this frame for Zen Garden are from a company that sells on Amazon called Barnwood Frames. They come in several different colors. You will be seeing another one here shortly, and then I have another one that's in a white color to frame a punch needle piece. So you'll be seeing that at some point in the future. The Earth Laughs, that had been framed already. So this is one of my older stitches. I had stitched this for my mother. This is a Stony Creek. I had stitched this for my mother back in 1987, and it has been in my position since she passed away. This is Winter Wonderland. I finished this while we were in Hawaii, so a couple years ago. This is by Kaniki Prims and Whims. This is the one that has the printed linen that she does, and then you stitch the pattern on top. My Mill Hill Believe, this is the one that I thought got left in Hawaii that I didn't find until I opened my Christmas things, and lo and behold, I had actually put it in with my Christmas stitches. What a concept. This is the other one that I made for my mother, as you can see, Jan 1987. Again, Stony Creek. In fact, I think it's from the same book that the other one came from. I also got Dorothy Allen framed up, and this frame, this frame and, well, I guess the other one I had for a while, but this frame and this one with 'Tis the Season by Blackbird Designs, both came from the thrift shop and were like $1 or $2. And I think they're both just perfect for these stitches. So that's what I have leaning there. I'm going to pan across the room, looking a little wintry outside, although no snow on the ground, and take you over to this one. And I have to say, this makes me smile every time I look at it. So this is Pretty Little India by Satsuma Street, and this is another one of the Barnwood frames, and as you can see, it is a turquoise color, and I think it's absolutely perfect, and it makes me so happy seeing it there with my other Indian and India memorabilia. So that is all that I managed to get framed so far since I talked to you last time. So I'm going to stop this and we'll move on to something else. And then we also have the little sampler that I did for Becky for her miniature dollhouse for in her sewing room. Excuse me, for in her sewing room. So you will see that. I'll put a picture of that in here so you can see that the walls are still mostly bare, but she does have my little sampler up. And then here's a picture of the sampler just itself, not on the wall. I am loving getting all of my stitches that have been in a box for a year framed. The Pretty Little India is right across from me. You know, that's what I'm looking at right now. And it just thrills me to death to have that up on the wall, as well as all of my other pretties around me. I'm about at the point where I'm ready to hang stuff on this wall, so you'll see this kind of grow and change too. All right. I have been stitching on other things. And of course, the main one is hoity-toity. I am at 86% done. I do still, for the most part, have been getting at least 200 stitches in every day. And like on the weekend day, I try to have one day where I'm at least putting 500 or so in. So even at 86%, I think I still have maybe 600 or 700 more stitches to go. Maybe more than that. No, more than that. Much more than that. That doesn't make sense. I think 1,000. I need to add a 0 to that. 6,000 or 7,000. There we go. But anyways, you can see that last section is coming along beautifully. I am so in love with this. This is so gorgeous. And I'm so happy that I'm spending the time to get this done. Entering December tomorrow, I am still on course to get this done in 2021. One of you darling people commented that, well, at least even if you don't get it done this year, at least with the 21 on there, you started it in 2021. I just chuckled. I started this in 2018. So, yeah. It's time to get it done. So, Christmas, I have pulled out my Christmas. Got a little bit of work done on, this is Home for Christmas by Plum Street Samplers. So basically what I did was just the brown outline down there. Yeah. That pretty much didn't get any love at all this past week. I think I worked on it maybe last Saturday or Sunday for an hour. But now that my secret project is done, I think this will get some attention. Of course, my knitting didn't get any attention either, so I don't know. I did start, though, because this is what we do. I did start the Christmas Advent Sal. So this is number 1. I do have my little number 1 there on the Advent calendar. So this is Christmas Advent Sal. So you can see the top of the cupcake. I have the peppermint candy pretty much filled in. Don't have the border done. But that officially kicks off tomorrow. So I am looking forward to seeing how you all do it, the different fabrics, whether you're doing it individually, all on one piece of fabric. I think it's going to be just so fun to see all the different ways people are handling this. So yeah, that is, that's my stitching. My knitting, like I said, this hasn't gotten touched this week. I was doing pretty good with an hour a day before that. Actually, not even quite an hour a day. So this is the Abby pullover, ABBE, by my friend Kat, Kitty Bee Knitting. So I have the ribbing, this is the back. I have the ribbing done, and then probably about halfway up done. So this is alternating between 10 rows and then a row of garter, and 14 rows and a row of garter, and back and forth and back and forth. And I'm finding that it takes me about 45 minutes. Is that right? Yeah, I think about 45 minutes to do the 10 row sections, and so an hour to do the 14 row sections. So I got about halfway, I think I'm a little bit further than halfway in the next 14 row section. So this won't take, if I can do it consistently, this won't take very long to get done. And hopefully I will have it done before winter's over. I should. And can wear it this winter. So that would be cool. All right, I'm going to do a section here called questions. And you've noticed I've started to put like section headers at the beginning of all these, not only to help me, but to help you to have it a little more organized. So a couple questions that I wanted to share with you. The first is, this was a great question that came from my Facebook group. And this is from Ann Link and Sue Morelli. We were talking about the Midnight Clear set and the thread bed. And Ann asked, and Sue chimed in, how do you keep track of what colors are what when you're using one of these? Now, this is the silk from my Seasons in Lace Autumn, and this is a thread bed by Maria, Mystic Meadows Creations. And of course, there's only 5 colors in this, so that's not a big deal, right? So they wanted to know how you keep track. Now, usually when I am working with a thread bed like this, I have my main floss in, either I keep it in the plastic bags. So let me pull this out. I keep it in my thread tucks bags, right? And just pull out a couple lengths. This is a Bitsy Bob. You know, I love my Bitsy Bobs too. And so this is a multiple page Bitsy Bob because there's a lot of colors for hoity-toity. So how do I keep track of what's what? Certainly with a bigger project like this, I've learned the colors somewhat. But there are times that it's like, which green is that? Which gray is that? You know, I have a green down here and a green over here. So I'm like I said, I'm pretty much familiar enough that I know that's Lexington green, so this one's whatever the other one is. But there are times that I have to look and say, is that Banker's Gray or is that Summer Storm or, you know, Summer Sky or that kind of thing. And then I do have to find that symbol somewhere else on the chart and compare to what I've already stitched. Is it this color or that color? Better now or now? This gold or that gold? So yeah, I mean, it's not perfect. Now, if I have them hanging on a floss keeper, floss rings, then I will kind of pull one of those off or use that to compare with what I might have on the thread bed to figure out which is which. Not ideal. It does take time, but I think it helps me having the floss out like this instead of having to get it every time from the bag or from a floss ring. So I would love to hear what you do if you have a different way of keeping your flosses organized and keeping track of what's what when you have more than 5 colors. Okay. Happy mail. I think that's what I have more of than anything. These 3 weeks have been quite generous. Hold, please. Okay. There's a lot. Some of it's goodies from friends. Some of it is goodies that I bought. It's been 3 weeks, though. That's good. Let me start with this. So these are absolutely gorgeous little pins gifted to me by Maria because they are so perfectly coordinated once again with the Midnight Clear set. Speaking of the Midnight Clear set, we did sell out of the kits. Maria does have the other bag, the blue bags with the blue bottoms, the blue snowflake with the blue bottoms. She does have that set still. So if you're interested in that, I've been holding off. Those are still available. So that's the bag, my pattern as a PDF, and the thread bed. But anyway, so there is a woman in the Dallas area named Julie Kern that makes these, and she sells them through her Etsy store as well as the Stitch Niche, which is where Maria works. So she sent me these gorgeous pins. Now, the woman that makes them, her Etsy shop is Wood Wool Stories. And she also has on there some, I don't know what to call them. I don't remember what she called them, but they're like tool organizers that are wood turned. Her husband is a woodworker, and she has these amazing tool organizers made out of wood. I'm going to be ordering one. I haven't ordered one yet, but I will be showing you those. Her husband makes them as she gets the orders in, so it will be a while. So they are custom made, but just stunning. And of course, Maria, thank you. Thank you so much. All right. One of the new things that I got since I saw you last is these hangers for floss. This is a new way of organizing floss. It is by a woman named Christy. Her Instagram tag and her Etsy shop are called Sarcy Girl, S-A-R-C-Y. And of course, I will link all that below. But I first saw these a little while ago. Actually, I think while we were still in San Antonio, and they intrigued me. But I didn't want to. Christy is in Canada, in Winnipeg, and I did not want to order anything until we were settled in the house. So once we got settled in here, I placed an order, and then of course it took a little while to get here from Canada, but that's okay. So she has hangers that would be for projects. So 2 holes, and I will show you how they work in a little bit. And then hangers that would be to store your floss on, like for long-term storage, not for projects. So for the project pieces, so that's these little ones, you have a hole for the ring and then a hole that your floss goes through. And the way it works is you put the floss around kind of the neck, the skinny neck, and then pull it through the ring. And Christy has an awesome video on her Etsy store showing just how easy it is to do this. So the package comes with the cardboard hangers, and then she also includes some stickers that you can write the numbers on. This is my floss so far for the Christmas Advent stitch along, the Christmas Advent Sal. So this is just what I need for the first number 1 square. So I have those all nicely hung on there, and just a ring that I happen to have, and in my Midnight Clear project bag. Now, I'm going to take you over to my floss stand and show you the bigger hangers. So if you remember, this is the stand that I put my thread tux bags on that hold my overdyed flosses. And I had since decided that I was going to be moving all these onto the rings to make them more accessible. But once I got these, all right, well, let me back up. You may remember I still had my NPI floss that I needed to sort and organize. And I was planning on using these, which I have, but hanging them on the bottom rack down there. I am thinking now that I don't want to hang them on the bottom because dust and cat walking by. And it makes more sense to me to have the plastic bags. So I'm slowly getting my NPI flosses hung on here. And you can see I'm just writing the NPI number on the cardboard. And it's the same concept. You put the floss around the skinny part of the neck of the hanger and then pull it through the hole. And so it just hangs here. And there may still be some dust issues, but it sure does look pretty. I still have a lot to put on. This is mostly what I've used in the various projects. I still have to find my blue and my pinks from my Seasons in Lace. But I will slowly get those organized and up here, and I think they will look spectacular hanging on this rack. Now, I did have a question about, after my comment last week that I'm trying to move away from plastic. Cindy Zufall did ask about the plastic bags, because obviously these are plastic. If I'm trying to move away from plastic, what is this all about? And she's very right. She's very correct. There is part of me that's like, oh my God, all this plastic. What makes me feel a little bit better about these bags is they do have a hole here at the top to let air in. So for what that's worth, you know, that helps a bit. I would like to say that I would move to something like this. I love these. I think these are clever, clever, clever. And those would, of course, work perfectly well on this rack as well. That's a big money and time investment to change everything over to a different way of storage. So we'll see. I haven't ruled it out, but I haven't gone all in. Here, what I've done is put some of my Mrs. Seda silks on these. These are her copper colorway. So I had a big hank of that, and I have most of that in my Year of Friendship project by Crown and Thistle. But I still had some that wasn't in the project bag because it is a big hank. And I thought I'd see how it works on here. This is still only, I would say this is about half of, well, no, I had about half of the hank not in the project bag. And this is probably about half of that half, so a quarter of it. So you can see it does hold a lot of floss. Still couldn't fit it all on. And that was one of my concerns because I do have some of my DMC, you can see, I have 8-10 skeins of some of the colors. And so if they aren't all going to fit on one of these, then do I use 2? Or do I store the rest somewhere else? You know, it just gets rather complicated. But anyways, I wanted to show you this storage system. I do think it is brilliant. I do love how it looks. Will I have to worry about fading? I don't think so, because the sun mostly comes in this way. Of course, that's going to change in the summer. But I still think it'll just come in straight. I don't think it's ever going to be coming in. So it's going to be shining over here on this corner of the room. But there is dust and that kind of thing. So we'll just have to see how this all works out. But I do think it's very clever, and I'm happy that I got it, and I can see investing in more as time goes on. And like I said, it'll all be linked below. Next is the exclusive kit from Acorns and Threads from Summerhouse Stitchworks. This is Emily's Bliss. Every leaf speaks bliss to me. So this drum. This is an exclusive from the Facebook group that I believe is kind of tied into, I'm not sure it's run by, but tied into Acorns and Threads, called Homespun Needlework. And I will link that below. But they do exclusives, I think maybe every quarter, from different designers. And so this was the recent one. So it does come with all of the things to make this beautiful piece. So there's that. I had asked the attic a little while ago to see if they could get the additional parts to the Marie Serron 1830 sewing. This one is called Marie Serron 1830, her sewing box. There are 5 other pieces to this, or 4 other pieces, I forget, that are sold out everywhere I looked. So I asked Acorns and Threads, the attic, to see if they could, if the other pieces were discontinued or if they were still available. And thank heavens they were still available. Now, I had seen this as a finished piece. You're supposed to, I guess you're not supposed to, but one of the options is to stitch them all as one piece. And I don't know whether I can find that in my photos. I'm going to talk to you while I look, because it is absolutely stunning. And I think it was posted in the Antique Samplers of Yesteryear group that I had seen it. And so after I'd seen it, that's when I got in touch with the attic to see if they could get it. And lo and behold, it's probably been 2 months. But they were able to get the rest of the pieces for me. All right, so here is the photo of all of the pieces together, and there is another colorway. All of the pictures on the front of the designs are very bright, but there is an alternate colorway that she does provide in the patterns, and that is what is used in this piece. So, isn't that gorgeous? So I had this one, and so the attic was able to find the other pieces for me. And I will be doing it in the softer colorway, because that is absolutely stunning. And I will use this layout here to do it. It's just gorgeous. I have a feeling she might have added some things to it. If I remember correctly, in the post that this woman made in that group, she did say she modified some of it to add some things to it. But just gorgeous. So there's that. And then we're going to turn to the world of silks. Speaking of NPI, I did get my next set of NPI silks from Fat Quarter Shop. This is the Fine Floss Club, and this is the November set. I think after December, that will be the full year. So I assume they continue into January. We shall see. I also got an amazing package of goodies from Mrs. Sadis, Raquel. Some of those are set aside for my holiday gift extravaganza, but some are for me. This is her avatar colorway. This is scrumptious. Again, I don't know what I would use it for. When I do use it, I think I will probably cut it in such a way that the browns are separated from the blues and greens to stitch it up separately like that. Still in the same piece, but you know, different areas. And then this is the set that Raquel has put together for Teresa Kogut's Newcastle bouquet, which is just a lovely design, and then stitched in Raquel's lovely silks. So like I said, there was a bunch of other goodies. A lot of them are going into the giveaway, the holiday gift exchange or holiday gift extravaganza. So I hope you are checking that out every day. But in addition, Raquel sent me these amazing silk pieces. So I am going to actually flip over to Instagram to read to you what they are, because I do not remember, and I want to make sure, as always, that I'm being accurate. The scarves are known as Kanta embroidery. Kanta is a type of running stitch, very popular. The tradition in the Indian villages is to upcycle old saris into scarves and bed quilts. So these scarves are made from pieces of silk, upcycled from old saris, which are stitched together and hand embroidered, all done by hand. And the scarves are reversible. So that is one. In gorgeous turquoises, of course. And then this is the other. It is amazing. Raquel, just gorgeous. Raquel says she got these for gifts for people. I have bought some of these scarves as Christmas gifts for family, friends, and some regular customers. just amazing. So do you know what I'm thinking of doing with these? I've had the doors, Mike took the doors off of my closets in both of my rooms. So I'm thinking that I'm going to put up a curtain rod and have these looped over the curtain rod with maybe some lights hanging from them as well. All kind of swirled around the curtain rod and draped, and you know, are all artistic and pretty, which I'm actually not very good at, but that's my idea. I think it'll look good. So that's those amazing gifts from Raquel. Thank you so much, dear friend. Just so pretty. Oh. I'll just put those kind of artistically draped. The other new thing I got, I don't know whether you can see it. I think you can see it. I got this turquoise cart. It's kind of like the 3-tier carts that Michaels sells, and you know, most of the craft store sells. I did have the little black, skinny black thing here that I'd used in the RV, but I wanted something that could hold more than that, and of course now I have the space, so I got this, and it's kind of the same, like I said, it's metal, but it's kind of like a wrought iron look. I love it. It's perfect. All right, more goodies. I ordered, like I had said, some prints from Teresa Kogut. So to add to my sheep wall in my other room is this one. And then this will hang in here. One of her, I don't think this is really an, oh yeah, it is an angel. Isn't that stunning? I have to get frames for them, obviously, but those will hopefully go up soon. And then, of course, I couldn't shop there without getting some of her charts. So, again, more for the sheep wall. She seeks wool and flax. Another one for my sheep wall. Honey and Wool Farm. And then a couple Christmas ones. Season's Greetings. And Home for Christmas. Makes me so happy just seeing these, especially these prints. I've had my eye on these for so long. It just thrills me that I now have some. All right. And still more, because I couldn't pass up the amazing bag that Caroline and Jeanette Douglas put together. I ordered that, so as most of you know, I'm sure that was on order a while ago. So I got the Jeanette Douglas Christmas set, and then what came with it is one of Caroline's gorgeous, look at this, gorgeous project bags. This is just so pretty. Inside is white fabric. We have a little Notions pouch. And then all the goodies that come with it, I didn't even take them out yet. So we have some peppermint candies and a tea bag. And then we have the Leo and Roxy floss that is used in Jeanette's design. So that is these three. And this is my first time getting this floss, so I'm really excited about giving that a try. And then the needle minder and the zipper pull. Wishing you a happy holiday season. So the zipper pull that I can now put on the bag. These flosses are gorgeous. So that is awesome. Crinkle, crinkle. Nina came back down to visit me and wants to get on the chair, but I'm not letting her on until I'm done. I know, I'm so mean. Such a mean mommy. I got the next set of Vicky's silks. This seems to be a, get this here, got some scissors. This seems to be a silk laden episode, doesn't it? Or silk laden goodie, happy mail, stash enhancement time. Can't get it out. Hold on, I need to cut the hole bigger. So this is the November variegated silk floss, the variegated pack from Vicky. And here I am gonna be squinting again. Hanging by a red, and I don't know where my whiteboard is. It's so annoying. Hanging by a red, and that is so red. And these are all still the ones that are, and it's gonna be for a while, I'm sure. These are still ones that she is converting from, you know, Weeks Dye Works, Classic Color Works, and Gentle Arts, but her own names. Kicks the can. Dire Need. Pretty, pretty, pretty. And I can't wait to put them in my door with all the rest of mine. They look so pretty. It ain't so. Vial of Aqua. Look how pretty that is. That's my color. Can't read without my glasses. I should just put them on, huh? Why don't I do that instead of squinting? Side saddle. And then I can actually see the colors too. Entwined pool. Alabaster silver. It's an interesting name. Fanfare. That's a pretty delicate color. And Lava Frog. Now, Vicky is getting more and more of the colors converted and putting together more and more silk packs for their different popular patterns that are out there today. So I highly encourage you, if you're interested at all and you have a pattern that maybe you'd like to convert to the silks, go and check her website and see if she's already converted them. And if not, send her a message. She is more than happy to do that conversion for you. All right, I've discovered a new fabric company. I mentioned them on my first video, my first holiday gift extravaganza video. And that is the collaboration of Treehouse Fiber Arts and Legacy Fiber Arts. Now, Legacy Fiber Arts is a yarn dyer, and Treehouse Fiber Arts is a knitter. That is Rachel and Sue. So Rachel is Treehouse, Sue is Legacy Fiber Arts. Rachel has designed patterns. She's been doing a podcast, a knitting podcast, but they both, I think about a year ago, crossed over into the cross stitch world. And Sue, I don't know how recently, but Sue recently started dyeing fabrics as well as yarn. She's still dyeing yarn. I discovered them through a friend who recommended their floss tube to me. Their floss tube is called Floss Toss. Excuse me. And I was thrilled to find them. There's something about a crossover from knitting to cross stitch that just thrills me to no end. So they sent me some fabric for the holiday giveaway. So I have that, but then I got this for myself. This is a fat quarter of a color called Low Tide. And it is a gorgeous tanny brown with fantastic modeling in it. This is a 40 count, I think. Did I say that? So they also are starting a fabric club in January. I will link their information below so you can go and check out that fabric club. I did sign up for that as well, if you're interested in joining that. Last but not least, I got these yesterday, I think. Yesterday, yeah. These are from Tammy Blaylock. They are project bags with some of my stitching on them. Tammy has just recently retired and she has started a project bag business. Her code name, her business name is Creative Country Girl, TammyBlaylock.com. So she makes project bags without your cross stitch on them as well, just plain project bags, as well as custom. And so when I showed these on one of my videos, she reached out to me and said, I think those would make awesome project bags, and I can help you with that. So this is Stitchography. This is the one by Fat Quarter Shop where I changed all the colors. And she married it with the perfect fabrics and made it into an absolutely beautiful project bag. So she has a gorgeous key fob on there. She also puts inside the project bag a little tab with a lobster claw on it that you could put your floss ring on so your floss won't ever get separated. And this is just, it makes my stitching look so good. I love it. Beautiful size. I don't need a huge one. Since I stitch in hand, I don't have to worry about, you know, fitting any Q-snaps or anything in. It's just perfect. And it's sturdy without being real floppy. It has the batting in between. Beautiful. The other one she did, and this is just luscious. So this is Jeanette Douglas's design, Do What We Love. And you can see the fabric again is so pretty. She took this fabric and did a border around the stitching. The key fob or the zipper fob. Look at that. Isn't that wonderful? And then again, there's the little hook, the lobster claw inside on the little tab that you can put your floss ring on. Tammy, beautifully made. They are just gorgeous. So yeah, I will be linking her information below too if you happen to have some stitching you'd like put into a bag, or if you'd like just project bags, if you'd like to check out what she has. She does have more on her website. So I think that is it for my big pile of stuff. I keep telling myself I'm going to just cut back some, but things just keep arriving. Funny how that works. Anyway, the only other thing I have for you today is the room tour of my workshop room, working room. So I'm putting that in here. All right, so my other room, my knitting, this is more a work room more than anything, is coming together quite nicely. Don't have anything up on the walls yet, but I have kind of a good idea of where I'm going to put things. I just need to find time to do so. So the major additions to this room, I'll start over here with this work table. This is something I got off of Wayfair. It's a nice size. As you can see, I have 2 of the cutting mats on it, as well as a ton of other things. So this is basically my finishing station and my mailing station. So this is where I'll be sitting to mail out what I have accumulated so far from the holiday gift extravaganza, which is in a pile there. But this is, I'm finding this little workstation perfect. I have all the space I need to store So this is kind of my mailing notes type of area. In the drawer, I have just all kinds of my odds and ends. You can see a bunch of flowers that I had an idea for that never came to fruition. Just all kinds of odds and ends in here that I want to have handy at my fingertips. These little cubbies here, I guess. This one I put, this is a metal organizer that we had in the RV. And so I put more of my sticky notes in it and my tape and my staplers, and it's just a perfect place for me to be able to reach in and grab things. And again, another little door section over here. This is kind of my, you can see my press board, glue stick, walnut shells, other glues, and this very handy little rack thing to hold some scissors and other tools that I want to keep handy but yet out of sight. Now around the side of this desk, on one side there's this shelving area. So I have put my fabrics here, and I can tell you that I'm finding it very handy to just have them off to the side here. I can cut them here, I iron them over there, and I put back what I haven't used. All very easy to have at hand, to reach for, to put back, to find the perfect color. So far, this is really working well. And then on the other side, there's kind of deeper shelves. So I have my other press board and mounting board there. You can see my Morgan frame, fusible web, other batting. And then I have this little tote down here. I had this in the RV, where at this point I am storing my spools of ribbon. And that may just stay there. That may transition to something else. I'm not sure. I wanted to point out something I mentioned in my holiday gift extravaganza day 5 video. I had a huge collection of Department 56 Dickens houses. I had to get rid of them as we were downsizing. But what I do still have is the wool shop. And so this is going to stay here in my wool room. You can see all the different things that I'm getting ready to frame. And the little sheep stitches that I already have done that will make it onto the wall at some point. And that little sheep that I got at the festival at the trailing of the sheep. Sewing machine, work desk. This is all working out really, really well having this here. This is the black stand that I had next to my chair in the RV. And for now, I've just put kind of all this sewing stuff in here. I think this will work, but that may change at some point. We'll see. This is a cubby that will go on the wall. This is a poor, huge bin of yarn that I didn't have room for in the closet anymore once I did in there what I wanted to do. So you can see, lots of bare walls yet. I got a new full-size, well, not full-size, it's not full-length ironing board, but it's at least a high one and not a tabletop one. And that is working out lovely. And then this is the other table that I got. And I just got this on Saturday. A couple days ago, I put it together on Sunday. Today is Tuesday. I needed something that I could put my yarn swift and winder on. And so that is my swift. It is a Shocked. It's a very, very good quality swift that I got at the yarn store that I worked at in Sarasota, A Good Yarn. And so I just have some odds and ends on the shelves right now. There's as you can see, shelves back there. It's kind of rounded around. But the main purpose for this is to hold my swift. I will be setting my winder up here on the other end. And you can see I have yarn waiting there, waiting for me to wind it. In the closet, I haven't done a whole lot. I have a pile of mailing stuff there, getting ready for me to start mailing my holiday gift extravaganza. Haven't really changed much anything else in the closet. All my yarn is here, my project bags. Those are all whips, knitting whips. But one thing I did work on a bit and that I got all hung up is the ribbons that are not on spools. So I had started to show this think in my last video. These are rings that are used to hold shower curtains. These were gifted to me by Lisa Buick, and Lisa, these are working perfectly for holding the ribbons. I have this, what's like a belt holder or a tank top hanger. So I just have them all kind of clipped together in loose categories and colors and just hanging in here. And I think that's going to work well, because when I want to look for a ribbon in here, I can just come through and see what I have easily. So that is where I am with this room. It is coming together nicely. The next time I show it to you, I hope to have it pretty much done. Everything hanging on the walls that I want to have hung. And just a really useful workspace. All right, I hope you enjoyed that. As you can see, I have a little bit more work to do in there. I'm chomping at the bit to get to it, but right now it had to take a back seat to everything else I had to get done. So I'm hoping now that that secret project is done, I can have a little bit more breathing room to do some other things, plus get Seasons in Lace stitched up. I'm really thinking that once that is done, and once the holiday gift extravaganza is done, I'm hoping all that kind of falls in towards the middle of December. And after that, I might just take the last 2 weeks off just to relax and not do anything other than stitch whatever the hell I want. Because, yeah, I think that would feel good. And why not? Besides, we'll be driving over to Seattle not long after the middle of December. So yeah, that'll be perfect. All right, guys. The only other thing I have is the angel card, and it's buried. Here it is. Glory, glory. Practice leads to mastery. Mastery brings you closer to the divine. Mastery brings you closer to the divine. That's an interesting thought. I don't have any words of wisdom to share beyond that. I need to cogitate on that a bit. But anyways, I love you guys. I'm so glad that you are here. I am honored that you choose to spend time with me. The connections are wonderful. The love that you share with me is wonderful. I cannot believe we are coming to a close of another year. I look so forward to see what 2022 is going to bring to you and to me, to my design world. I have plans swirling, but for now, I'm going to close and say, I love you, and I will